And time now for our top stories. The Nigerian government is proposing to extend the period for the implementation of the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit PMS, popularly known as petrol, by 18 months. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Mr. Temipre Silva, while making the announcement, said government has concluded plans to approach the National Assembly to amend the Petroleum Industry Act, otherwise known as PIA. As a result of this, the Nigerian Labour Congress, representing millions of workers, say it has suspended a protest planned this week and on February 1 following the policy reversal. Well, let's now bring in energy policy expert and team lead Platforms Africa, Adeola Yusuf, who joins us from his humble abode. Good morning to you, Adeola. Thank you for being here on Breakfast Central.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. So why do governments follow most of, not all advice, if not all of the advice from the IMF, or you could say from the World Bank, such as the stopping of fuel subsidy or oil subsidy in Nigeria?
Okay. According to the reason given by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Temipre Silva, the reason for this is because they couldn't stand the backlash of what will happen after the protests being planned by the labor union. I would say that what we have just seen happen now is that the politicians, won again, because about 4 different categories of people have different perspectives to fuel subsidy removal or not removing the fuel subsidy. The first ones are those that are playing politics with it. The second set of people are those those that are looking at it from the legal perspective. The third category of people are the economists, people that are looking at it from the economic perspective. The last one are the socialists, those that are looking at it from social perspective. Those that are looking at this from the social perspective, those that still believe that because Nigeria is an oil-producing country, fuel should even be free for everyone. Product from the crude oil should be free for everyone, and that this is something is if they are not seeing anything, as dividend of democracy from government, fuel should be one that they will be seeing from, as dividend of government. Democracy from government. Another set of people are those that are looking at it from the legal perspective. Immediately, the president has signed that act. That bill into an act that it becomes a law. He has criminalized, continuous payment of subsidy. So government is not supposed to, keep paying subsidy. You will hear that even the Minister of State for Petroleum said that they will, reapproach the National Assembly to re-amend that part of the law. But pending the re-amendment of that law, a Nigerian can go to court and challenge the government that continuous payment of subsidy is illegal. That is the second one. Then the third set of people are those that are looking at it from the political perspective. Those that believe that they will lose election or they will they will win election based on fuel subsidy or its removal or not removing it. So then the last set of people are the economists. All of them agreed that it doesn't make any economic sense for Nigerians to continue paying subsidy on this product. And their fear is that if government continues to pay this subsidy, they will not fix the refineries. Every day, Nigerian allocates 445,000 barrels of crude that he produces in country to the 4 refineries he has in country. But none of them, as I'm talking to you, none of them is refining the product. So the template they are now using now is that they ship out these 445,000 barrels of crude to refineries abroad, and go back to those refineries abroad to now buy this product. At the end of the day, by the time they are buying it, if you look at the running cost of those refineries, the freight cost and all that, that is what makes the cost to even be higher than the normal thing that if they are refinery in country they would have. So the economists are saying that it doesn't make any sense. And up to this moment, what we have seen is that Nigeria, because of this pronouncement, Nigeria will be spending at least 103 billion naira to subsidize this product every month. By the time they do it for the 18 months that the government has, promised that they will still, keep this subsidy window, Nigeria would have spent about about 2 trillion naira to subsidize, importation of this product. So those economies, they have their reasons, and everyone knows that even all the major projects Nigeria is doing at the moment, there is no project they are doing now that they are not doing it based on funds that the loans that they secure from abroad. So Nigeria has no money to continue with this, but eventually and unfortunately, those that are looking at subsidy from political perspectives have won again, because by the time the government has said that it's shifting this goalpost based on so many factors, political factors, it shows that those are the ones that are winning now.
All right, Adiola, the shift is by 18 months. Now, according to reports also, between the year 2006 and 2018, Nigerian government had to pay over 9 trillion naira. In fact, they put it as they lost that amount of money on payment of subsidy. Now, according to the Minister of Finance, that's the current Minister, Zainab Ahmed, the 2022 budget will accommodate subsidy payments. Now, could this mean the government really did not intend to remove it, particularly since it's an election year?
Okay, the simple, explanation I'll give to that is that in the 2022 budget, there is no provision for subsidy. In the Nigerian, you see that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, which has been shouldering the responsibility of subsidy all this while, has been recording what they call under recovery. Now, the NNPC has been, changed from being Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation to Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. NNPC now has a board. At the end of the day, NNPC is supposed to be a company that will be accountable, a company that should be on the path of profitability. Now, there is no provision for that in the NNPC, budget as well. So we keep wondering where the government will now get this money. I think maybe what they will do is to reapproach the National Assembly, to include that subsidy in the Nigerian budget. It's rather unfortunate, but what do we do? Unfortunately, majority of Nigerians do not understand the nitty-gritty, what this pronouncement, means to everyone. Because whether we like it or not, that money we do not want to pay at the filling station, we will pay it indirectly. Because, Nigeria, there is inflation in the country already. Even the biscuits, all those, as small as biscuit that you buy, at the rate of 10 naira before, you cannot buy it at 10 naira now. It shows that everything, whether we like it or not, you are not paying that money at a filling station, but you still pay that money, because the 2 trillion naira that this shift in the day of removing the date for removing subsidy, the 2 trillion naira that Nigeria is going to spend is going to be pushing to the Nigerian into all the Nigerians. So all of us will still definitely pay this money, unfortunately. But in the all of this scenario, I see trust deficit. I see ignorance. I see that the number of Nigerians are not properly informed about this, and government is catching it seriously on very, very little understanding Nigerian has about the whole of this matter. It's like you are giving us something with your right hand, you are collecting it, that same thing with your left hand.
All right, finally, before we let you go, in a layman's term, in simple terms, let's put it all together and very briefly. Are we still going to pay this subsidy? Just layman's term, clearly. And if we're going to still pay it, what stops us from doing that now?
Okay, so with what we have had, with that announcement we had yesterday from the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, we are not even only paying this subsidy, we are paying it for the next 18 months. Wow.
All right. Thank you so much, Adiola Yusuf, for this input. Well, we will see how it goes and how it unfolds. We have 18 months for this prior to the subsidy being removed totally. But thank you for your input on the story.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.